Okay, some of us are new to this and some of us have been true to this. Sheltering in place. Right, I'm out here in these elements, getting my exercise in and decided to, you know what, now's a good time to talk about cabin fever. Yes, it's a real thing, not necessarily a diagnosable thing, not necessarily a true medical thing, but absolutely is something that does happen with us. What is cabin fever? Cabin fever is a group of symptoms that you have when you're isolated. It can happen like the quarantine that we're having now, or people that live in places that it's just one or two people around. When you have isolation from other people, some of those symptoms look like, and I want you to identify your own now. Don't go diagnosing somebody else. Identify your own. There you go. There you go. Irritability is one of those things. And many of us are finding ourselves very irritable. We're going to talk about what we can do about that at the end of the video. Negative emotions that come from nowhere. Boredom, hopelessness. And that's huge, this hopelessness thing, because not only are we being isolated, we also have financial concerns, we have relationship concerns, we have concerns about our mental health. There's so many different things going on. And so this hopelessness, because that's the number one thing that leads people to having adverse thoughts about living and not wanting to live. And so you want to be in tune to those thoughts and feelings that you have about hopelessness. Also restlessness and difficulty concentrating. Those are some of the primary symptoms of cabin fever. And again, I want you to keep in mind that these are things that absolutely can come up, and they can come from nowhere, but they come from somewhere, and that comes from us being isolated, away from human contact. Mainly it's going to be those people who are extroverts that are going to find themselves like, get me out of here. Those people that are introverts like myself, we cool in the game. You know, it's like, oh, we can't go outside. Okay, we good. But those people who are extroverts that love the sun, that love getting out, that love being around people, those are going to be the people that you see turn into scary spices and find themselves just kind of, again, bored and restless and irritable and hopeless and having difficulties concentrating, having to be confined to this space. And so there's some things that you can do about that can help you. One is to establish a routine. I told you guys before in a couple of videos that I get up, I still, brush my teeth. How about that? I still go in and open the blinds, make my bed, get dressed. I get dressed every day. Establish a routine for yourself, whatever that looks like for you. You also want to find yourself in different places of the house. So even if you're in a small space, don't always sit in the same chair, don't sit on the same couch, don't go sit at the same table. Move around as if, people have been joking about it, but it absolutely is true. When you're going like, hey, I'm about to go to the kitchen. Yeah, that's a whole trek over to the kitchen. Find yourself situated. If you sit in the same chair, in the same space every day, yeah, that's not going to be a good thing, especially for those people, again, that are extroverts. That's not a good thing. I want you to also plan some activities. Yes, you can plan activities around the house, because what you want is some mental and emotional stimulation. Whether that's doing a crossword puzzle, putting together a puzzle, anything that can mentally and emotionally stimulate you. I see a lot of people starting virtual groups, doing Zoom groups, starting book clubs, things of that nature. Hop onto some of those, create some of those, start some of those things yourself. Because again, this cabin fever thing is absolutely real. Stay connected. Make a couple of phone calls, send a couple of texts, do a little email, make a little love, get down tonight. It just took me there. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, stay connected to some people. Reconnect with some other people. Make a friend. I know I told myself no new friends, but hey, this might be the time and the space for having some new friendships. What else? There is also, just like you need to connect, there also might be a need for you in your space to disconnect. That means finding a part of the house that nobody's at. And even if that means literally you going to the side of the bed, in the bedroom with the door closed, if you're just in a 2-room space, if that means disconnecting in some way, because some people can't mentally disconnect until they can physically disconnect, if that makes sense. And so you might need to find a little square in your square footage where you can actually go and be alone. And again, those are some things that kind of relieve some of this cabin fever, because once we get irritable and once we get restless, people begin to say things and do things that are irrational and not responsible, and we already got a whole lot going on. We don't need any of that. I'm sure some of you people have seen some of these things already. The other thing is, guess what? Get out. Get out, get out, get out. I'm without my mask now, but you best believe I have my mask all the time. I got my gloves. I'm getting ready to take a walk. I'm gonna walk to the grocery store, which is 2 miles away, and get me a couple of things, not a whole lot, and come on and walk back. But me being able to walk, literally that's doing a whole lot of things, being able to get out and exercise and even see people, hey, wave, move myself around. Those things you absolutely need to do for your mental health. I told you mental health is about to be this big thing. The other thing is that kind of be okay with accepting where we are. I know everybody is waiting for, I hear it's going to be at least until next month. So we're talking about another 3 to 4 weeks. The acceptance of this uncomfortable place is going to work to your benefit. Now, should you, say, okay, this is what we're going to do forever? No. But if every day you get up and go, I'm sick of this stuff. This is a mess. I can't believe. Literally, you building yourself up. First of all, you're depressing your immune syndrome because you got those, those endorphins, those hormones fighting for you. Go ahead and allow yourself to be accepting of what is. If it means just accepting that this week is going to happen and you're not coming against your own self with adversity and things of that nature, that's really and truly going to be a big, big, big help. Just being okay with the fact that this is where we are. It's not going to be forever. And yeah, what we're going to do about it, okay? My name is Angie Harvey. If you are grown and want to keep growing with me, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Angie Harvey Speaks. And I'm just going to let you know that, in order to change anything in your whole world, you're going to have to first change the way you think. And so think about these things differently, and absolutely you can grow to a different place. All right? I'm out.